Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the San Francisco 49ers and the Dallas Cowboys. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, in Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the San Francisco 49ers and the Dallas Cowboys. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. This will be fielded inside the 5. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 40, right around the 39. So solid starting field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Elliott, and they are not going to let him turn the corner. Some serious pressure right out of the gate. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
Throwing on first down is Lance. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Neville Gallimore powering his way in and burying it.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early.
A 4-yard pickup that gets them going forward, but still 15 yards left on third down. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And this pass caught by Gray. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. Well, it's not the touchdown that they wanted, CD, but still, they got to be pretty happy here. You steal the ball away from them on their opening possession, and you turn that into the early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, you painted the picture perfectly there. All the things that have gone on, and the important thing, other than the lead, of course, is as you described, both sides of the ball now have some momentum.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Their second drive here of the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3-point. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Tariq Castro-Fields who picked it. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Lance. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack. Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here to 3rd and long. Here's Lance. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. On play action, Prescott. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. It's Tariq Castro-Fields who picked it. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect you to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2. Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down. And his kick here is good, and that will make it 6-0. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. The Cowboys hit 9-3 here on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Tariq Castro-Fields who picked it. And the 49ers will take over possession here up at the 44. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a 1st down. Davis Price on 1st and 10. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Lance. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
From the gun, it's Lance. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that will make this a 9-point lead. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
The Cowboys make over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. He'll fire this deep for Gallup. And this is going to be dropped. Oh, my gracious. There was no one in his area code, but he could not hang on to it.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Hey, 47.
To throw is Prescott. And my goodness, another interception. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
Get ready. Check man.
After one, it's 9-0.
With the score, Niners 9, Cowboys 0.
Set. Fight 60.
Lance now on first down. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They moved it a combined 33 yards. A kicker fest so far. All points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. To throw, it's Lance. Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. A big seam, and he might go all the way. He's at the 40, 20, 10, 5, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And they're back within a couple at 9-7 now. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Second down, here's Davis Price. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
The Lance going to throw. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 30 yards.
You ask tight ends about their favorite routes to run, and surprisingly, this will pop up as one of their staples because they run so many routes in the middle of the field. How about this one? Starts downfield, bends it to the corner, great touch on the football, and they turn that one into a big play.
He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And Lance throws the interception, his 3rd. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
This is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
At the 3-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And his throw here's incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And they'll get him down short of the 1st down, right on the 10-yard line. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. And a 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
10 cycles.
Shotgun now for Lance. This one caught by Kittle. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Ty Davis-Price with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And they're able to add on to their advantage. I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And some room to work. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. 92 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. Not sure exactly what he saw that made him decide to hand it off, but a great decision and a fantastic run.
From our vantage point, what he saw was a defense that got out of its lanes, got out of its gaps, and they were pretty much running to the quarterback, viewing him as the bigger threat. And look at that wide open space. And he rumbled for big-time yardage. Well, I think the effort was there, but sometimes the defense is just a little bit better. No gain on the quarterback sneak, no place to go.
Elliott will take this into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive, and how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the two-point conversion. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And right now we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like... And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Cowboys will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
Throwing on second down, Prescott. He finds the tight end Harbor, complete. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
47. Hey, kill. 47.
Prescott from the gun on third. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on third down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. He's going to air one out. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, 49ers. Danny Gray, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers have taken the lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
On 2nd and 10, Prescott. And now here's another interception. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football.
Touchdown 49ers. Brandon Ayuk, 31 yards. And the Niners are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. No problem there on the extra point. And the lead now up to 14.
29, Cowboys 15.
Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Prescott from the gun. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Prescott looks to throw on first. And he slings one that's incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And again, it's Prescott. Pass complete to Jalen Tolbert. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 21. Off the play fake, Prescott. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. That's going to be caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Now Elliott. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott, as the first half is winding down. And the Cowboys are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Lance to throw it. He's going to let this one go deep. And my goodness, another interception. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They've reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
And they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Taking a shot for Samuel. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side. And
now here's another interception. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
47. Hey, 47.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Outright, he finds Tolbert. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
47.
To throw again on 2nd down. Prescott. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a 1st. That last throw moves him past 27,989 yards for his career. So that means he moves ahead of the blonde bomber, Terry Bradshaw, on the all-time list.
And boy, he loved to throw it downfield, didn't he? That's why he was the blonde bomber. Remember, he'd throw it downfield to John Stallworth and Lynn Swann. It was gorgeous. Big throws, big plays. Terry Bradshaw.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The ball on the 8 still could get a 1st down technically. 2nd and 7 on the counter. Elliott. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On 3rd down, Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with a milestone career touchdown number 100. Joining Curtis Martin and Franco Harris at the century mark as he continues to climb the all-time list. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point right down the middle. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
2nd down, and again, it's Davis Price. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And my goodness, another interception. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They start on the ground with Elliott. 119 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Seemed like Dak certainly made the right read there to hand it off to Zeke.
When you have those 2 in the backfield, Dak Prescott at quarterback, Ezekiel Elliott at running back, you've got a symbiotic, synergistic relationship that puts a lot of defenses in a lot of stress.
I got to tell you, I've never heard synergistic before, but I guess that works, right?
It does on this game.
2nd down and 7. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. From the 44, Prescott. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Got his man there, complete to Gallup. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 29-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
From the 27, Prescott. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A good pickup there at 22.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on it, and they pick up the first down.
He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
On 2nd and goal, Prescott. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Prescott on 3rd and goal. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Cowboys have scored again in this 3rd quarter, this time to move out in front. The point after is good, and they will take a 7-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads. Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose. It's picked up by the Cowboys. So he went out of the pocket left, and then things got dicey.
And what often happens is when they get outside, they want to keep their eyes downfield in order to try and complete a pass. But when they try to make a play, they've got to get their footwork involved, and that can really mess them up as well. And in this case, nothing went right, and the ball got knocked free.
Dak dropping this one off for Zeke. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. Touchdown, Cowboys! Ezekiel Elliott from 3 yards out. And the Cowboys are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point safely through. And the lead now up to 14. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Now Lance. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Ayuk with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the 49ers have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. The extra point splits the uprights. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Takes it at the 7. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each ending in touchdowns. So this game is flipped. They were down. Now they're up with the football. We'll see how they handle it.
Can we get a spy on the headset now between the head coach and offensive coordinator? Because they've been in attack mode. Had to get back into the game. Now they have the lead. Do you stay on the attack, or do you dial it back a little bit to try and protect this lead?
Well, my cop-out answer would be somewhere in the middle. I think it's going to be a fine line, is it not?
I think you're exactly right, but I do think if they can stay aggressive and keep them on their heels, they'll be best served that way.
Quick throw, and it's caught by Gallup.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
The Cowboys on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Prescott now. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating defensively. You're a play away from getting that football back here, down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. He was close to flirting with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like you know his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What do you know, what's your mindset? It appeared to me that he'd totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds, and at the last second, oh no, I better get down. And he ended up doing the right thing. But at that point, maybe close to letting it slip away.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Prescott. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Well, part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick 6 on the other side, And now they get a pick six of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick six from earlier in this game?
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They will look to flush the memory of that pick six as we now have a brand new tie ball game here in the fourth quarter, getting down to the good stuff. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. To throw on 2nd and 10. Prescott. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards. A first down carry by Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Here we go, 46.
On 2nd and 11 now. Prescott. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
It's Ty Detmer. He's with the Lions at that time.
Let's go.
To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good. Meanwhile, Lance's throw pulled in by Kittle. Down inside the 10. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, 40 yards. And the Niners have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the fourth. The extra point up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he returns this to the 22.
The Cowboys make over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. And now here is another Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something. Double turnovers. But instead, they'll keep the possession on the INT. Lance now on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Play action. Now it's Lance. This is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes where people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
On the double.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Here's Lance. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Cowboys are right back in this football game. So a costly INT in the end zone, no less, puts the brakes on their potential scoring drive.
So many teams stick with the passing game down near the goal line because they see it as an extension of what they do between the 20s. But as we said many, many times, the further you drive, the more the field shrinks. And that was a nice job of making a play on the football and coming away with the interception.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. A big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. 142 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. 4 yards remain for 2nd down. Throwing, Prescott. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 26. 22 yards there, a 1st down. To throw, Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Buying time to his left. Right back to his running back, Ezekiel Elliott. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. Nothing open downfield. They went underneath.
And see if you can get it to your running back. See if you can make someone miss in the open field.
Now Dak. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Elliott. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Prescott. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Boy, Charles, that is now 3 interceptions in 3 consecutive drives, and you can see he's just got a look of disgust and bad body language, understandably, as he walks off the field.
And I think it comes from the fact...
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. The 40. Past the 20. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. Extra point attempt here still to come. And the lead is up to 14.
Makes the score Niners 57, Cowboys 43.
Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Cowboys take over first down at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Here's Prescott. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Here we go, 47.
One last shot now for Prescott. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Niners, it's a 10th win on the year as they move to 10-3. And they'll have another road date next week with the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, it's a loss that could have implications on the playoff race as they fall to 9-4. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings.